Alrighty, Sharp Customs, man, we are rolling. Yes, I am not in the entire that I was in a week ago today, exactly. And yes, thank you to all the people that commented in and you know, wished my daughter congratulations. Thank you very much. That was awesome, man. There wasn't a lot of you, but you know, there was enough. And yeah, we had you know, we went to my daughter's wedding and we had a great time in a freaking downpour thunderstorm. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. But that's not what we're here for. It was great. It was fabulous. My daughter and her new husband, they are out in PEI. They took off to PEI. Not really for the honeymoon, just a little bit of a getaway for a week, and they'll be back. They'll be back next weekend, and yeah, maybe I should have shot some footage of that. It was pretty wild. It was pretty crazy. It was a good party. Me and the camera girl, my lovely wife, Karen, we stayed right to the bitter end. We were kind of the, I don't know what you would call it. We were the cleanup crew. We packaged up all the leftover food and, you know, the instruments and the amplifiers and everything. I did not know that was part of my gig that particular night last Saturday, but apparently it came forward, and it is what it is. Doesn't matter. It was still a great time. Here we are. I'm gonna do some airbrushing. Yes, there you go. I'm gonna do some airbrushing. I got this little figurine. That's what I call them. It's a figure. It's a race driver. Okay, I primed him, sprayed some black on him, and we're gonna kind of detail him out. I had a request for a bunch of these guys. It's like, you know, I did this guy. You probably recognize him. He was on Steven's boat. But I'm going to show you some other ones after I do a little bit of airbrushing that I've already done. I got a couple, or I got one I'm going to ship because I'm not really sure if this is quarter scale, if it's undersized. I'm not 100%. So I'm going to ship one to a fella who I sent the dragster body to, and you'll get to see those ones in a short period of time. And we might actually do a double shot tonight, but I'm going to load up the airbrush. So as far as color scheme, like I say, I primed it. I sprayed some, it's kind of like a metallic black on them, and I'm thinking we'll do his restraints silver. Maybe we'll do his gloves silver. I'm thinking we gotta do a flesh tone on the face. We'll see how the eyes, because he does, you know, it is pretty detailed. He does have eyes. We'll see how that works. I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm gonna throw some paint in the airbrush. We have lots of air in the compressor. I'm sitting. I don't know if I'll be sitting for long. I kind of like standing when I airbrush. I think you know what? I think what I'll do to start. So I want his helmet to be white, and I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. I'm just going to cover up. I'm just going to cover up his shoulders. Just his shoulders, because the white overspray will most certainly kind of overspray a bit. So we'll cover up his shoulders just with some masking tape. Not worried about his neck, because that's going to be a flesh tone, and we'll blow that in, I think, after we do the white. As far as the peak on the helmet, the reason I blew the black on it was that actually didn't take very long. I've got my white mixed up. Let's put some white in. Let's put some white in. The reason I put the black on off camera is because I knew that it was going to take a little bit longer. I primed this guy with a gray primer. I sanded him ever so, you know, I'm going to take the tip, I'm going to take my safety cover. I kind of want to keep the peak of his helmet black. I may have to come back. Might have to come back and redo that, but we'll see. We'll see. Why I wanted to do, so I've done a few of these guys, and I'm going to show them to you. You can see the lines. See, that's why I wanted to put the tape down there, because I'm just going to blast. I'm not worried about the white getting on his neck, because I'm going to put a flesh tone on there. I like to do these guys all a little different. And I don't want this, you know, like I always say in my videos, I don't want this to be a long video. Our plan is to kind of do, maybe, possibly, we're hoping, to do a double shot tonight. It is Saturday here in Southern Ontario, and so I could probably mask off the peak of the helmet. I prefer not to. I can come back and I can hit it with black again. But it's got the little buttons. Watch this. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. These things don't have to be, they don't have to be, you know, perfect in my eyes, because these things usually, these little figures, they just sit, you know, they just sit in a car for visual purposes. They're just static. They're not actually riding in the car. If somebody were to, you know, most of these are, they're gonna be putting, I'm gonna say it, they're gonna be putting shelf queens. They're gonna be putting shelf queens just to, you know, kind of look pretty on the shelf, and that's fine. You know what? I have nothing against that. I like to run my cars. Why I decided to do this helmet white, I have no idea. I just thought, I've done a few of these. I need to do 6 or 7 of these little figures. This one or not this one, I'm going to show you another one. I got to ship it out. And basically I'm going to ship it out on my dime to a guy in New Jersey. Who wants a whole bunch of them, but what I want him to do is I want him to kind of, you know, put it in his car and scale it and see if I'm close to scale, because I'm not 100%. These files that I get, you know, these files that I get online for free, I don't know what they don't really give a scale. They don't, and the helmet doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be, as you can see, there's lines. There's lines. I primed it, I did sand it a little bit. Like, yeah, I got some white, look at, you can see I got some white on his goggles. Not that that's a bad thing. It kind of gives it a, like an illusion. I think the helmet's pretty good. I think what we'll do is we'll switch over. I'm trying to decipher. You know me. I actually do have a little container of reducer here. So normally I don't clean my airbrush out. I just switch over to the next color. But in this, yeah, I just dumped it. I dumped it on the floor. I got a rag right here. We're just gonna clean out the bowl. I'm thinking, I'm not really sure which direction to go. You know what? I think we're gonna do the flesh tone. I got a little bit of flesh tone mixed up that I made the other day for a couple other ones I did, and I'm gonna show you those guys. It's an okay flesh tone. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I think I'll get rid of this. I think I'll get rid of this tape. So basically, this is what I've been up to. I've been printing these guys out. So a full figure with lower torso, which I actually have a lower torso being printed in the printer right at this moment for this guy. Now, and it doesn't matter if I get a little bit of flesh tone. If I get a little bit of flesh tone onto the black, I can always come back and, you know, I can come back with the black, and I can gotta remember, these things are, you know, they're just figured. Now I can't I don't know if I can get under. I'm gonna try. Oh yeah, that's hard. Getting underneath his chin, under the chin strap. He's got a chin strap under there. Yeah, I think we'll not worry about that. I'm gonna do his face, his nose. I don't want to really get it on the chin strap. I don't want to get too much on the helmet. That's looking pretty good. There we go. Don't want his nose too shiny. We'll do inside. I'm going to try and get it in the goggles. That's pretty tricky. Yeah, that's super tricky. So some of the other figures, well, I'll show you, but I'll explain that afterwards. There is detail. detail in there. His eyes are in there. Still looks pretty good. I mean, to me it looks pretty good. You could probably do this with a paintbrush. You could probably. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. We're gonna come in. We're gonna hit it with a few other things, but at this point, yeah. Look, we got his neck. We got his neck. Oh, I gotta slow down and move things slower. The camera girl told me. I have to move things slower. I'm gonna try and get underneath the chin strap there. Oh yeah, not bad, not bad. Might have to come in with some black and clean that up, but there you go. Look at, he's looking, hey, just a little bit of work. I ain't even gonna save that. I'm just gonna dump it. I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna clean out my flesh tone. Yeah, I'm always dumping paint on the floor. Got my little rag here. Gotta clean it out. There we go. I think we'll switch over. You know, we'll switch over to. We'll do the silver. So we'll do his gloves. We'll do the harness. He's got a, like a race harness. I think we'll do that, and then I'll come back in with the, and I'll show you. I will show you. Alrighty. Okay, now the buckles, he's got like buckles here. I guess it doesn't matter if they're silver. As long as they're all silver. And a little bit of silver overspray like onto his suit. It definitely is not going to matter. Because he's got, there's like, I love these little curves in the print because you can take the silver and you can kind of highlight it. Creases, it just gives it, kind of gives it depth. We're going to do his gloves. Like they're fireproof gloves, if he was like a, drag car racer. Whoa, a little slippage. That was just a cramp in the hand right there in the wrist. My hand cramped. We'll do the inside. We'll do the other one. We'll do it quick. Do some. I love doing this stuff. This stuff is awesome. There you go, man. We got You get a silver racing glove. I'm not being too precise. You know, I mean, I'm always trying to be, but you can see his buckles are standing up. See this little, yeah, I already did that. This little crease, these little waves in the suit, you know, put a couple lines like that. Hey, he's got like waves all in here. You just put these little lines of the silver. It's awesome. It's awesome. Got that side. Got a little line here. It just emphasizes on the whole. You know, you've got some stuff on the back that you're not even gonna see, but it still looks cool to, you know, kind of emphasize those things using the silver. You know, most of these buttons. The silver, don't know how the silver looks on the white. Oh, it looks okay. Looks okay. Maybe we'll do the same thing up here on these buttons. We'll change them from the white to the silver. I think we need more black on there. Got little buttons here on the side of the helmet for the chin strap, obviously. There we go. I think we're done. I think we're pretty much done with the silver. But I mean, it's already looking like really detailed. These fingers right here. There we go. Don't want to overlook anything. His gloves. Gotta do the insides. Make sure you get the insides. All right. I think now we're. I think the silver I'll dump back in my silver because I don't have much. But that was probably a little too much reducer. I think now what we'll do is I'll attempt the eyes. And what I got for the eyes, not that. Well, yeah, if you look in there, he's got kind of a blank. He's got kind of a blank stare. So I'm going to take a toothpick. I'm going to put my toothpick in the white. I've never done this. I'm trying to do just the whites of his eyes. I could probably do it with the airbrush, or maybe a super small paint job. He might look. Oh, see, that was way too much. That's way too much. That's way too much white. Yeah, he's probably gonna look like a zombie. Hopefully that stuff. Yeah, there's a little too much on the left eye, and I can't get in there. I can't get in there to absorb it. Kind of soak it up. It dripped over. The right eye looks okay. We'll see what we can do. Like I say, these things are, you know, in most cases they are The Shelf Queens. These are just little... See, let's try some air. Get rid of the silver that's in there. Try and dry that white base up. Yeah, that was just a little, maybe a little too much. Maybe a little too much. Our last focus here, I'm going to grab some more of this, man. Just a drop of the flesh tone. I'm going to see if I can cover that up. Just a... Oh, see, it's still wet. It's still wet. Look at his eye. Look at his eye. I just blew it out. You got to see it. Just make his eye. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. He's looking a little cross-eyed. He's looking a little cross-eyed. I don't get too concerned with the high detail of these things. The idea was just to yeah, I'm loading up just a tiny bit of black. I'd really like to do the visor. Make it just a smidge darker. There we go. That's better. And in around his face, where the helmet foam would be, and his chin strap. And it's okay to get a little bit of the black, you know, on the face. I'm not even going to attempt. I'm going to do the goggles, the sides. Getting pretty delicate here. You can hear it. There we go. Just darken it up where I oversprayed a little bit of white. Yeah, it looks better. You could fog in. You could fog in his like, not really fog, that's the wrong word. You could shadow in. You could shadow in his face a little bit. I'm going to take another toothpick. I'm going to use this black. Hopefully I don't get too much. I'm going to set my airbrush. I'm going to put just a little. It doesn't want to drip in there. Maybe I should have got a little paintbrush. There we go. Look at that. Not too shabby. So there you go. Like I say, I could keep I could put, like, you know, Bell helmet, Simpson helmet. I could do all kinds of crazy things with these little guys. I'm gonna set this airbrush back here so it doesn't get pulled off the table. So yeah, there's a little figure. Probably you maybe use this guy for Steven's boat. I don't know, but here we go. I'll show you a couple others. I'll show you. Yeah, I got some spots on his helmet, but yeah, they're pretty cool, man. Like, one of these whole figures, upper and lower, is about a 10-hour print in the printer. As you can see, the printer It's printing out lower. We still got 2 hours to go. But I will show you a complete, here's another half figure that I did for basically top fuel, drag car, funny car. He's kind of cool. I didn't do the whites of his eyes. I did cut his fingers off to fit the butterfly drag wheel into his hands, and I did have to manipulate the arms. I had to put a heat gun on the arms and kind of squish them in. But here you go. There's the one I just did. Here's a drag car guy, and over here we've got a full figure in a complete silver fire suit. Kind of looks like, if I put the name John on there, he kind of looked like John Milner from American Graffiti. Now, he didn't have a round steering wheel. That's the only problem with these prints. You want these free prints, but as you can see, I put some black on the silver just to kind of highlight it. I'm going to ship this one off to a person just so they can size it, whether I need to go bigger or not. These masks, so these old nostalgic looking masks, I'm going to put this guy down here so you can get a look at all three of them. They're all the same size. But I've been printing out. So I started out with more like a actual gas mask that I found, for free, 3D print file, and then I kind of carved it up in my software. I just printed this out in clear, but I cut the cartridges down, I cut the top off, and I even cut the centerpiece out, which was pretty delicate, and to kind of get them looking the way they did, I'll actually show you how I did that. What paint we got in here? Oh, we got black, look at that. And I got one sitting over here. Here is a one I did in kind of a silk silver. So to get to, you can dumb down the silver. Make the goggles look more, just put some darkness around the goggles. I could glue some plastic in behind there so they look like goggles with a lens. But I use this little screen thingy I have, and I put this up underneath here. Check this out. And then I just spray the black over there. We'll get the other one done. Anywhere on the screen. There we go. Oh, I dropped it on the floor. So there you go. There's how I get the effect of the checker pattern for the cartridges. Quick little simple. Then I usually spray the outside. Spray the outside black. Nothing fancy. It's just a neat little thing with the airbrush. I love picking up the airbrush and just doing this type of stuff. I love it. There we go. You got your nostalgic face mask for your drag car driver. But yeah, there you have it. I gotta do a whole bunch of these guys. Like, I have a guy in New Jersey. He wants six full figures like this guy. but I'm going to ship them this guy right here. These ones, actually, the half torso that's being printed, my buddy local here, Jeff, I just painted his GT40 for him, and he's like, hey, could you do me one of those guys? You know, one of those figures, and maybe do a bucket seat for him to sit in that I could put in my GT40. And we kind of fit this guy in his GT40, and looks pretty scale. So maybe he'll get old bright eyes here. Who knows? Maybe I'll just print them out one and he can paint it up. But there you have it, man. Just some of my 3D printed stuff. Like I said, this guy here, man, 10 hours in the printer. Just and I had to cut him in half. You can see he's got a he's severed right here. There's the line, because I can't fit the whole body. If I could fit the whole body sitting up like this in the printer, but then that would mean all underneath here, up under his arms, up under the steering wheel, up under the column, up under, you know, the head, everything. It'd be so much support. You know, this guy alone, doing him in 2 pieces, there's about 40 grams of support waste, and about 150 grams of material. You know, each one of those spools is 1,000 grams. So 1,000 grams, you could get roughly 3 of these figures, and about 30 hours of the printing. There you have it, man. I was trying to keep this one short because we really want to do a double shot tonight, but there you have it, man. You know the routine. Giving you guys some more content. Hope I see you later. Peace. I'm out.